Hello you dirty wastelanders. This video is split into 3 sections on the subject of faction reputation and gold bullion. This is 2 to 3 weeks late, but thank you for bearing with me. So the points I'm going to go over is why you want faction reputation, like what do you actually get out of it, legitimate quests marked and unmarked that you can complete to increase your reputation, legal exploits, meaning you can't get banned for these exploits at all. There is no risk to it whatsoever, and all the ways you can earn gold bullion. Everything will be timestamped down below. Just want to throw a quick disclaimer out there. This video is about the end game of the Wastelanders questline, so if you haven't done that, maybe click off the video. So why do you want it? Well, both factions will sell increasingly more impressive gear the higher rep you have with them. For the raiders, the complete set of unique plans that they sell follow dynamite, both a single stick and a bunch of dynamite, pretty cool. A chemist backpack, which has been my god saviour. I think I'm currently carrying about 100 right away, 100 stim packs, blah blah blah, and it doesn't affect my carry weight hardly at all. It's the best thing they've put in the game. Floater grenades, which, you know, you have 3 types that coincide with all 3 floaters. A ammo auto constructor, which is a passive self-making ammo machine for your settlement. So while you're exploring, it makes ammo for you, which is mad. The Gauss minigun is part of the raiders. If you've seen any videos on that, that's probably one of the more powerful miniguns that we have now. It's insane. And they sell the plans for Gauss minigun mods, obviously. For the settlers, they're going to sell you flares to start off with. The plan for a flare. They're going to sell you cattle prods, which is a new melee weapon. They're going to sell you the grocer's backpack, which reduces the weight of all food and drink. They're going to sell a water well, which is the most useless thing ever. It's just a cosmetic version of the water pump. They're going to sell a fertilizer auto constructor, so a passive machine that you put in your settlement that's going to make fertilizer for you. They're going to sell eventually the plans for the compound bow, which is obviously the best bow in the game, even though they're pretty horrendous right now. And then finally the plans for the Gauss shotgun. I think I've only got a couple of days till I can receive that, and I am excited. And obviously all the plans for modding the Gauss shotgun. So we got some pretty nifty gear, to be honest. Looks like with the settlers we might have a shotgun as answer to the Beast Queen. That'd be nice. And that ammo machine from the raiders sounds ridiculously good. Next up, you need to know how to get the reputation. Whoever you choose to side with on entering this new vault, their rank of reputation will be set quite far above the other one, pretty much a whole level. So if a specific item on that list made you a bit horny, definitely pick that faction to do the vault with. We then have daily quests to fulfill for Davenport, a very lovely robot at the Overseer's house. We then have Ren and Roxy at Crater, who will be your way of getting Raider rep daily. And then we have Ward at Foundation. For Davenport, you'll get to pick one of the factions to take pictures of. Now, instead of returning the photos to Davenport, you can sell the photos to the opposing faction for rep. Now, Davenport will be very disappointed in what you've done, so he won't award you caps, but he will still reward you the treasury notes. So for me, I'm willing to give up 60 caps for the rep. So obviously, if you wanted more raider rep, you would go and take pictures of Foundation and sell it to the raiders. If you wanted more Foundation rep, you take a picture of Crater and sell it to the settlers. Ren and Roxy are the raiders' daily quest givers. You only get one a day, and they rotate each day. You get to work for a different one. These are just really straightforward tasks for raider rep. There's nothing you can do to spin it in any way. It's just literally just go and kill him or go and collect that. We have Ward at Foundation, who will inform you a thief has stolen some very important gear. Once you find the thief, you have 2 options here. You can kill him for the gear, go back to Foundation, bam, settler rep. Or you can actually go up and speak to him, and you can say, look, you can keep the gear, but just put in a good word for the raiders, which he will, and you'll get rep for. So you actually have more opportunity to get more rep for raiders than you do settlers on the daily quests. Just note, all of these daily quests will reward 3 treasury notes, so that's a total of 9 a day. We then have Bones at the water park. They will ask you to help defend them against some Mirelurks, and then you can sell the Mirelurk meat to them afterwards. This will give you rep when you sell the meat. Note that Mirelurk queen meat gives the most rep, and you can only sell meat to them once a day after you've done the event. You can't constantly all day keep selling meat to them. We then have random unmarked event. 2 locations I'm sure you've all heard of by now. Marigold Pavilion and Slocum Joust. I'm just going to go over it anyway. These locations will spawn in a random battle. This can either be faction versus faction, faction versus various creatures, or creatures versus creatures. These locations can be server hopped indefinitely to try and get the faction versus faction battles. Obviously you then need to pick your desired faction to defend and kill the opposing faction. Once that's done, just go up and speak to someone and you'll get rewarded your rep for helping whatever faction you prefer. As well as faction versus faction, this works with faction versus creatures. Just say it's settlers versus scorched, just kill the scorched, go and talk to the settlers, they'll reward you a bit of rep. It is a tiny bit of rep, a really small bit of rep, so I really didn't grind this for so long. But this is the one I meant as a legal exploit, because no one has ever been reprimanded for server hopping. Bethesda obviously knows about it, and, you know, just accept it's a part of the game. Whereas some other exploits are a bit more questionable, and with ban waves coming in, I'm not sure if I would risk anything else. And it is nice doing things legit sometimes. Now onto all the ways you can earn gold bullion. The obvious is daily quests. This rewards 9 a day, like I said. The Scorched Beast Queen will reward 2 treasury notes every time you defeat her. And when Wastelanders first come out, there were 2 specific quests that rewarded treasury notes, but they've changed that. Since a week or 2 ago, I've been doing random events across the whole map. Just any random event has a chance to drop treasury notes. Just any event. It's mad. We also have a very fine American gentleman down at the Wayward. He will sell bullion full caps. These, however, are extortionate prices. So, you know, if you've got max caps, why not? But if you've only got a few caps, don't bother. It's not worth it. When you're at the end of the Wastelanders quest, you'll be given an option to split the gold bullion with your chosen faction, or to keep it all for yourself. So you can, in theory, keep all of it to yourself, but obviously you are surrendering a massive chunk of reputation for that faction. Just wanted to put out there, you can only redeem 20 treasury notes a day. However, I can't see a negative in stocking up on them. If you're completing lots of events, or you're farming Beast Queen anyway, these are going to stack up pretty quickly. If you have any info that I have missed or just don't know about, make sure to put it down in the comments for all the other Wastelanders to see. You never know, it could help them out. And if you have any suggestions on anything you would like to see next on this channel, just put it down in the comments and I'll give it a good consideration.